Hello, New Bedford, and welcome back to Innovate and Educate. I'm Dr. Matthew X. Joseph, Assistant Superintendent of Technology and Learning, and I'm thrilled to embark on this exciting journey with you. My goal with this show is to take a deep dive into innovation where every innovative idea makes big waves. And I'm excited to be here for the fourth episode of our show. And one of the things that some people have been saying to me is that, yes, a few times I have a little bit of a hiccup when I talk or I stumble over something that I wanted to say, and that's okay. I want to do everything here in one take for the reason that this is what education looks like. We don't get a lot of do-overs when we have lessons. So I want to show you what that looks like. So when there are some of those flaws and things that I speak about, I want those to stay in because it's important for me to share with you what education looks like each and every day. Of course, I don't plan for that, but they happen just like in everyday life because Winston Churchill said, "Perfection is the enemy of progress." And I want to really look at that in our education because sometimes we have roadblocks, and it's how we get past those roadblocks that are important. So today, I want to talk about overcoming roadblocks in education. So every administrator, every educator, every one of our families will encounter setbacks through this school year. And it's critical to develop a plan to deal with those roadblocks so that we can move forward. In education, when we talk about roadblocks, it's a metaphor used to describe a challenge or an obstacle that can really impede progress or hinder the achievement of educational goals. Roadblocks might include like limited resources in our classrooms or time constraints or technical difficulties or administrative hurdles that we have to overcome. Some of these roadblocks may be more formidable barriers that we can bring progress to a halt or sometimes require a significant effort to overcome, like maybe policies or budget limitations, cultural resistance to change, or lack of support. And as a result, these roadblocks can simply impede the progress and require innovative approaches or collaboration and dedicated effort to remove or overcome these roadblocks so that we can enhance our student learning. Identifying, assessing, and addressing roadblocks is critical in ensuring a smooth and effective educational process. All of our educators and administrators, and really our community members and policymakers, really need to be aware that sometimes these challenges and work through them collaboratively to find solutions, adapt, create strategies, and provide the necessary supports to overcome these roadblocks because in the end of the day, we're here to support our students. And by acknowledging and actively addressing these obstacles, we can create a more really learning environment that's inclusive, that maximizes student success, and really promotes continuous improvement in our education. So, overcoming roadblocks in education requires proactive and a strategic approach. So I want to share with you 9 tips for addressing these. And as I do each week, I talk a lot about education as a whole, but this also can be at home when you're working with students or wherever you're working with our students to use these strategies. So the first thing is to identify any roadblocks. We start by recognizing and understanding the specific challenges or barriers hindering progress in education or in our student work. This could involve conducting, assessments, gathering stakeholder feedback, and really analyzing our data to pinpoint the root cause of this roadblock. Number 2, we can maintain a positive mindset. Being positive is contagious, and we see these challenges as opportunities for growth and improvement. By embracing a growth mindset that values learning from mistakes and seeks ongoing professional development, our schools, our educators will achieve a lot more success. Another thing very, very important is to seek diverse perspectives and expertise. So we will collaborate with teachers, administrators, families, students, and other stakeholders to gain a wide variety of perspectives on the roadblock to gain knowledge so that we can move forward. When we engage in open discussions or brainstorm or focus on groups to gather insights and information, the ideas will really directly affect the obstacles and help us to move forward. Number 4, Break down what the obstacle is. When we face a significant hardship, don't try to solve it all at once. Divide it into more manageable tasks or goals. By tackling smaller steps, you can make progress and build momentum, which will help alleviate the feeling of being overwhelmed by whatever the roadblock is. Number 5 is develop a comprehensive plan. I love making plans because a well-defined plan will outline the specific goals and strategies, and then will create those actions to address the identified roadblocks. Ensure that your plan is realistic, it's measurable, and it's aligned with the overall vision of our work here in New Bedford, and really looking through what needs to happen to take those next steps. Number 6, encourage innovation and experimentation. Really, having this encourages educators to explore new instructional methodologies and gives new ideas, new technology, and approaches that can help overcome some of our roadblocks. Let's try to provide opportunities to try new things and support implementation of evidence-based practice and weave in that innovation and technology. Number 7, this is critical. We have to provide that training. Providing this professional development will offer time for teachers, educators, families, students to learn. This can be through programs, through workshops, through training opportunities. This type of work will equip our educators with the necessary skills and knowledge to navigate any roadblocks effectively. Providing ongoing coaching or mentoring to empower educators or you families at home as well to support students will build capacity to address any roadblocks and challenges that come our way. So we also have to look at the way we do things in our schools, and if we have to have a policy change, we can look at that. If the roadblock is rooted in policy constraints or process of the way we do things, we will look to make that change with either local or national levels. When we encourage with our policymakers, our educational board, and our community to raise awareness and advocate for reform that can remove or alleviate some of these more systematic roadblocks. And finally, this is very important because we do all of those steps, make sure we acknowledge the success and the best practices that come from overcoming these roadblocks. Recognizing and celebrating success we achieve in overcoming these roadblocks is critical for building momentum. Share success stories, share lessons that you've learned along the way, share with the educational community to inspire and guide our efforts to continue to address similar challenges. When we recognize our achievements, we will provide motivation and inspiration to keep moving forward. So by following these steps and maintaining persistent and collaborative approach, you can overcome any roadblock and create a more supportive, effective educational environment. So let's talk about going forward. Once you overcome a roadblock, another one might be waiting for you down the road. It's important to take time to reflect and learn on the processes from the past. And after every setback, learn on how you overcame it. So analyze the factors that contribute to the difficulties and identify any lessons or insights that can be gained from your past experiences and other roadblocks you've overcome. Use this knowledge to inform any future decisions or future plans and future actions moving forward. Roadblocks can negatively be emotionally draining. That's for sure. So prioritize your self-care. That is very important. Support your physical and mental health by engaging in activities that bring you joy and seek balance between work and life. And this goes for students as well. Make sure to find that balance. Taking care of yourself will make you feel equipped to face challenges. Remember, roadblocks are unfortunately a part of our educational journey, and how we respond and move forward defines our success. By employing these strategies and maintaining a resilient mindset, we can navigate through these hardships and continue to make a meaningful difference in our students' education. Thank you again for joining us. Remember to follow New Bedford Innovation at NBPS Innovates on X for the latest updates and behind-the-scenes content. So we'll see you next time on Innovate and Educate. And as always, thanks for joining on this voyage of discovery. Keep exploring, and remember, every big idea starts with a splash, and ends making a whale of a difference.